Actually, I can say Wix was my first investor.
On today's episode of Financially Incorrect, we get to hear the other half of the Wix and Walter story. He tells us about his father's Christmas tradition.
Our dad used to come, so like very happy. It's like Christmas. So I want you guys to take a paper and a pen. Write down everything you want for this Christmas. And then he goes like, just next to where you've written that list, I want you to do a big question mark. Ask yourself, where will that money come from?
He starts making money at the age of about 10.
My dad was working in a construction firm. They did some apartments in Lavington. He was actually given a unit. We would juggle between Lavington and where we used to stay. One of the ladies there, she was an American who was an artist. And we became good friends because I was really artistic. My first money came from the art I learned from her.
And by the time he's in class 8, he's a property manager.
The hardest thing for me was to go ask for rent. There's one guy who was really respectful to me. So I told him, I want to give you the work of collecting the money and you live for free. So he became my agent.
He tells us why he ended up at Aquinas High School instead of Strathmore.
My mom had just flown out for work. My dad is not there. I go to Strath, I show up alone. Strath guys just see me, they're laughing. They're like, we can't take up this Lini without your parents. I'm like, wow, where do I get my dad? I'm like, let me go to AQ. Then they're like, oh, you've been admitted. Admission date is on this day. I'm like, what? Just like that.
He tells us about meeting Wix.
One of my campus mates is Wix's sister. So now we're in the same traveling group. Of course, by extension, Wix has to come in. First of all, I'm asking her to be my girlfriend. Yeah. But I know I'm going to fast track this thing. Yeah.
And his version of events getting through the more challenging time.
I was like, now it's my time to be there for her.
Right. How long was the silence?
Slightly above 2 months. That was the hardest time of my life.
Do you remember how it started?
When people left, the last words were like something like, now mom is gone. From that, there's nothing.
He tries his hand as a commercial photographer, but goes back to architecture.
I'm transitioning from work. I quit. I've had
You don't have rental income?
I don't have rental
You don't have
income.
salary
I don't have
anymore.
salary.
How
So
do you
now, my friend and I, kwanza we quit at the same time. Sasa sahi we're going to be CEOs. What do you mean? Hey, life. Wow.
We talk about making his first million and how designing a gate opened up all sorts of doors and opportunities for him.
They call for bids like architects.
Yeah.
They tell you we have these projects, get your submission. I design a gate like I've never, I was like, The gate was not the actual project. I actually qualify to an actual project, a gated community. The first check comes in, so we're looking at $1 million there. Like, in year 2.
We also talk a little bit about the dog breeding business.
We've been seeing some interesting inquiries.
Yeah. What's the most amount of money you've seen so far that someone's willing to pay for or spend on a dog?
The main range of the high is between 300 to 500.
For a puppy?
A puppy, like a small one.
This is a money story about charting your path and walking it.
Everybody, welcome back to Financially Incorrect. It's a Friday, so it is a personal money story that I have for you. And this is an important money story because it is a promise fulfilled. We interviewed the other half of, of this person, and we said we will do our best to ensure we get the other half to come and sit on this side of the story so that we can hear his side of the story, hear his money story, and that is none other than Walter Mangutha. Welcome to Financially Incorrect.
Thank you so much for
And it's
having
taken
me.
a long time to make this happen, by the way. Because Wix's interview was like, I think by the time this goes out, it'll be like 2 months, if not 3 months before.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's taken a long time to make this happen.
It's taken a long time, yeah.
I don't know why. Because we called you, like that day you were here in studio.
We were just trying to add into the story. Where Wix fikisha the 2 months, let's have a bit more,
to make a bit more money in those 2 months.
Yeah, so that I can come say something new. Yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Financially Incorrect.
Thank you so much.
I personally am really, really curious about hearing your story because I think, and I was saying this before we started, the only thing that I had substantially seen was the video sort of voiceover that you had done around the expressway and around the beautification of the bottom of the expressway. And that's the only thing I ever saw. I've looked for you on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
limited limited information.
Yes.
And I'm like, where did Walter come from?
Okay.
What's happening? So
Yeah.
I'm really curious to hear your story.
Yeah. Let's go.
In financially incorrect fashion, my first question, non-money related,
Yeah.
is the origin of the context of this question is from, I was reading about intentionality
Okay.
and just how there's a lot of things that we do and we take for granted and we sort of do autopilot.
Okay.
And so my question is, when you woke up this morning, what kind of person did you decide to be today?
Whoa. Come on. That's how we're going to start.
That's where we're starting today.
Okay.
Yeah. If you thought about it.
Yeah, I really, today was a different kind of day because especially of this interview. So when I woke up today, I was like, I think I need to be out a bit more. You know, like I've never put intentional thought into speaking my story, like telling about sharing my story or just putting myself out there.
Yeah.
I felt like maybe it's a start.
Today you need to be a bit more
I need to be
extroverted.
I need to be a bit freer.
Yeah.
So that maybe even if, because I was trying to think, if I got a story like my story back in the day, how much would it be to me? And then how much have I gotten from this podcast, like through all those stories? You know, Kitambo, getting like an older person to come sit with you, have coffee. You used to work so hard, but now I just go to YouTube, Financially Incorrect, and I'm just seated with all those important people, CEOs and all that.
And hearing
So
about
today,
your stories.
I want to be part of that story.
Okay, that's a really good answer. It's a
Hey.
PR answer, but it's genuinely a really good answer as
Yeah.
well. I am impressed. Okay,
Thank you.
so let's get to your money story.
Okay.
Where does it start? What's the origin of your money story?
I feel like my money story starts heavily through family, like growing up. So growing up, I had two types of parents. So my dad and my mom were very different when it comes to money. Yeah. So I think I can give it in terms of a story. So let's say like Christmas. Christmas was such a big deal in our family, in our home. So Christmas, our dad used to come. So like very happy, it's like Christmas. So I want you guys, like me and my siblings, to take a paper and a pen. I want you to write down everything you want for this Christmas. And we're like, oh my God, this is the one.
Santa.
This is the this is the Christmas.
Yeah.
So we are there writing, I want new clothes, Nini, my gift for Christmas, Nini. And it's like, make sure you write everything. And like, no, yours is so short. Add a bit more, add a bit more. So you write, and then you're like, I'm happy. So, and then he goes like, so just next to where you've written that list, from the start to the bottom part, I want you to do a big question mark. Yeah. And then ask yourself, where will that money come from? So I'm like, wow. So that was like money to us.
Right.
Like money was there. Money was around you, but you couldn't touch it. You couldn't reach it. Yeah.
Would he do that every year?
Every year, it's more or less the same kind of story.
Right.
So, so he was like, my dad was like a proper traditional, not traditional, but let's say, you know, the way we see like the traditional men who are very new with their money. Yeah. You can see the money, you can see it in terms of maybe assets, you can see it in terms of land and all that, but in terms of like liquid cash, like even things like school things, you had to really convince. So the thing was, he used to say he's the one in charge with the money things, but you just knew you had to go through mom to get anything, like the little that you want. Yeah.
Okay.
So my mom, on the other hand, she was quite chill when it comes to money. Yeah. I think, but now on her side, it was more planned. Yeah. Like whatever is planned for, you'll get it. Like things for school, things for everything is just structured. So I think now I grew up wanting to touch that money. You know, like I want to be like my friends. I want a Nintendo. Back then we were playing Segas. I want a Sega for Christmas, you know, because I never used to see that.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether that qualifies like my...
At the origin, I mean, I think so. I think it gives a bit of context.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. What's the
Yeah.
best Christmas gift that you ever got then that you remember?
Actually, the best Christmas gift was not even from my parents.
Mm.
It was from my close family friend.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to. So she was taking me to buy. I think she wanted to buy me. I was quite young. She wanted to buy me, I think, some art supplies or something. So when we got to the store, I remember it was in town. So back then they used to do also bikes and all that. So I just sat on a bike. I sat on a bike and I just said, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving this bike. So that lady, thankfully, she was quite wealthy. Yeah. So she just bought me the bike. And actually, like, that was like the best Christmas gift I've ever received, like growing up back in the day.
Okay,
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
When do you understand that money makes the world go round?
Oh, that's such a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think growing up, you see, like the type of people that was hanging around. So where we used to, like where you used to stay, so it was large chunks of land. So there were quite few families. So we used to know each other, and guys were quite wealthy. So and then the guys from that community, they formed like their parents now. They formed a cooperative union. So what that cooperative did was just because of the development in Nairobi. So now they're subdividing land, like the land they had. So they came together, formed a cooperative, bought nearly all the land around, and then formed a company. Now the company used to subdivide land. So now they were selling land in 300 by 300 or 100 by 100. Yeah. So when now it came to they did like the first
Partition, right.
yeah, and guys bought off. Yeah. You know, like I went to the showroom with my dad and he bought a new Toyota Corolla.
Brand new.
Like, you know, we were peeling off
The plastic.
the plastic from the seats. I was like, my God. You know, and then when, you know, what usually used to happen, like over the weekends, we used to go with my dad, wherever he used to Nini, and now come back with my mom, pick up my mom, and then go have a dinner somewhere. The way we were received that day, because of that car, I was like, what? You can't believe, because we used to drive like a Datsun 120Y. Okay.
No one was paying attention
No
to
one,
you.
like, hey, they used to harass us. Weka gari kando. We came with a new Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
My God, that I was like, they nearly laid lassos on the ground for us to pass. But
Yeah.
that's when I saw, like, you know, when you have money, like it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
And it's a good feeling, like you feel like you're someone.
Yeah.
So,
Does that experience, the experience of buying the Toyota Corolla, does it
Yeah.
form any goal for you, for your individual life and for what you want to achieve?
yeah, actually now what really like turned something in my head was the cooperative bit. Because I was like, well, why not for this cooperative? Like we wouldn't have this money. I was like, what if you own something and people want it, like you can actually make that money. So I was like right from the onstart, I was like, I know I won't touch my parents' money. I'm not saying anything. But it's starting to change something in me. I'm like, I want to have my own.
Yeah.
You know, like I can be able to buy like a nice TV. Back then, Kwanzaa, there was this one that came out. It was like a televideo. Used to go to the shop, look at that thing. I'm like, it's a TV. And it had a
Video
VCR
at the
Pacini.
bottom.
I'm like, wow. What is this?
Yeah.
We need this at home. But my parents are not having that. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you grew in relative, maybe I don't know that to call it wealth, but you grew in relative money. Like you said, I guess there was money around.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was, it wasn't liquid,
Yes,
but it was there.
okay.
Yeah. It showed up when it needed
Needed
to.
to.
Yeah.
I see, okay.
So that's the type, and it showed up conveniently, mostly for my parents, but, but not for us.
Okay.
Yeah, not for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when do you sort of start touching money for yourself? Do you ever, because I guess you hear stories
Yeah.
of people who start selling,
Yeah.
sweets or whatever the case is. Do you do that as well, or when do you start interacting with money for
So
yourself?
now my just a backstory,
Yeah.
a bit of a backstory. So my dad was working in a construction farm. So he was a contractor, but it was like in a bigger farm. So they did some apartments in Lavington. Yeah. So it was like one of a kind of development. When they were starting to bring the pools, the gyms, and it had a squash court. And we were going to the squash court. I'm like, hey, this development. Wow, imagine living here. So it was actually given a unit. Yeah. And so we would juggle between Lavington and where we used to stay. So now it's a different kind of setting. So Lavington, you start to interact with different type of guys. You're seeing like now the guys in the environs. Actually, it was one of guys were fighting it because it was like apartments. They were like ground
Single
plus floor.
dwelling,
Yeah.
yeah.
And most of the guys around are like in 1 acre plots and then large houses. So those are the type of people I start get to knowing and all that. So one of the ladies, like one of the neighbors there, became a friend to my dad. So my dad transitioned. He because of that development, and it was owned by the construction company. So now they moved him from the company to just oversee that because he'd been the one in charge.
Right.
So now he became like the
A property manager of some sort, right.
there. So now I used to like that section really shaped my life, like that living there. Because one, now I'm meeting different kinds of people, not the ones I'm used to. Back at home, we're meeting guys who have money, but it's just families. Like it's a old money kind of asset kind of money. But
Asset
now this
rich.
one, these guys are asset rich and they're liquid. You can see the money in their cars, their clothes, the way they live. So one of the ladies, just to cut it short, she was an American who was an artist, and we became good friends because I was really artistic. So like used to go with my dad like over the holidays. Him is going to work. He drops me at her place. So now as she's creating, I'm creating. So now then I started doing art. So my first money came from the art I learned from her. Yeah, I learned from her.
So how old were you at that point, and what's this first thing that you do that gets you money?
Okay, I'm in class 4, class 5. That's around, I don't know.
Class 4, class 5. That's enough.
Class 4,
yeah.
class 5.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that's when now I'm getting this kind of exposure.
Okay.
So now we started out with pencil work. So I did a lot of pencil work. I went to stenciling, and then I went to painting. Yeah. So of the 3, painting was making the most money.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what were you doing with any of the money you got at that time?
Actually, back in the day, we used to like this. Now I was just fulfilling what my dad couldn't get me. I was just buying like Mickey Mouse T-shirts, like you Mickey Mouse hat, Mickey Mouse shirts, Mickey Mouse everything.
Right.
I'm like, hey, look at me now.
Right.
Yeah, I've made it. Like most of the money was just for myself,
Okay.
like to satisfy the things that, yeah. So I feel like that was
Like
the first place I really made money.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you decide then? I mean, it looks like a straight line, but how do you
Yeah.
actually make the decision to getting into architecture from this 4 or 5 year old
Okay.
who's, playing around with art and making a bit of money by painting stuff?
Yeah. So I feel like the two lives, the parallel lives. There's one in La Vie, and there's one where it's just
Where is
the
this
homestead.
place, by the way, which you're calling home? And refuse to tell us where is this place?
No, it's just Kamiti Road.
Yeah, okay.
That's your Kamiti Road.
Yeah.
44.
Right.
So back then, it was just large chunks of land. So what used to happen, guys used to build, but just a nice bungalow with a compound and all that, nothing fancy. You come to La Vie, now there's the architecture. They start to realize, okay, there's a difference between how we do things at home and how we do things in this other home. Because now we used to maybe spend a bit of some time in this apartment and then
Go back.
but mostly at home. So that, now I was like, why can't we do it like I've seen, I'm going to the other houses I'm going to, they're in 1 acre. They have this house, like the main house looks like the DSQs. You can tell the language is the same. Then you can't interpret what it is, but you're feeling like it's just together. Huko kwetu you're like, hai, kuna need nyumba ya mfanyikazi, si ndio? Hebu shika hapo kama. Say quick fast, pop.
Measurement.
You leave, you're going to school, casual, you find a structure there. You're like, hey, okay. Yeah, but they're putting it on the side. Like, but you're like, I'd really want to, and I can see the difference between the two. So I'm like, I'd really want to do it well. Tell my dad. Back then I didn't see money was a big factor in how people construct. Me, I'm like, why is he just doing, like my mom, and why don't they just do proper things, Yeah.
So that's what leads you into architecture.
That's what leads me to architecture. Because I feel like after primary school, was like my choosing criteria for high school was quite easy. Yeah, I'm just looking for a school with drawing and design bus.
That's it.
Me, I don't care whether it's tier 1, tier 2 or whatever. Me just because they were quite limited. They weren't many. I knew I wanted drawing and design because I'd been told like this is what will lead you to that
architecture.
Path. Yeah.
So what are the best schools offering art and design at that time?
Okay, at that time, the one that was like top of my list was, not top of my list, but among the best was Nairobi School. Nairobi School, biggest disadvantage was it was a boarding school. I wasn't about that life. I was like, it's a good school, but
you're not about to be
I'm not about to go wash clothes,
Okay.
That was the biggest fear. Yeah. So the next one was Strathmore, and then now schools like the next one was there's one called Queen of Apostles and Aquinas. Mostly,
I've heard of Aquinas.
like most of them were like, I don't know, somehow Catholic schools-ish. Right. Yeah. So I applied to Strath and Aquinas. Yeah.
So where do you end up going?
So I get Strath.
Okay.
But I go to Aquinas.
Why? Why did you reject Strath?
Okay, not reject.
Okay, why did you not go to Strath?
So at that time, so it's my mom had just flown out for work. So it's just me and my dad. Okay, my schooling for me, it was like this. If you want to read, you just read.
Yeah.
If you don't want, shida yako. Like there wasn't, like I feel like where I was born, there's a big age difference between my siblings and I. Them, my parents were very.
Are you at the end?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
No, I'm a fifth born of 5, so don't call it last born. Yeah?
Okay.
So like between them and myself, there's a big.
How big a gap?
9-10 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm asking because the gap between my children is going to be 10 years.
You?
Yes.
For real?
I have a child who should be born in the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
And my second daughter is 10. Yeah.
But congrats on the.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm asking because I'm curious. I want to find out.
So
if I
actually,
have the same issue.
I'm interested in the new one.
Yeah.
So
they were not as.
No, they were not. Yeah, because you see, the others grew together.
Yeah.
So they were hands on. I feel like they had closed a chapter, and then suddenly they're showing up. Yeah. So I was like, most of the time I was like, if it's school, like report forms are not like. You're okay. Yeah. No one is asking. You just go to school. You're okay. That's it. So I feel like that freedom wanted me to be good. Like no one is checking, but I'm checking myself now. I know it's me or me. So now where was I going?
You're talking about why you didn't go to Strathmore.
Oh yeah, yeah. So when I finish, we get Strath. My mom is not there. my dad is not there. So first thing, now I'm supposed to go to Strath. I go to Strath, I show up alone. Strath guys just see me, they're laughing. They're like, we can't take up this nini without your parents. We need your guide.
Wait, like you physically went there
Yeah,
alone?
like I was like, back then they used to send letters
Yes.
via post.
Yes.
So, see, I've picked up, so like most of the roles, because I'm alone at home, my siblings are not there. So you see, like, because of the difference, it's either someone is in, like the last one was, I can say it was in campus. The others are just everywhere. So I'm just alone. So even I just go to the mailbox in town, get it, Tomboya, get the mail, see, okay, so I've been called. Because no one is following up. I have to follow up on my own. So I'm like, hey, so now yeah. I was like, wow, Strat is the best. So I go. So I go to Strat and like, we need your guardian. We're not saying, so they don't like push me, but they tell me, come with your guardian.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, where do I get my dad? Where do I get my mom is not there. My sisters are quite busy. So I'm like, let me go to AQ, Aquinas. I go to Aquinas. Them they're like, oh, you've been admitted. Admission date is on this day. I'm like, what? Just like that? I'm like, so I talked to my mom. My mom is like, I'm coming back in like a month. Go to Aquinas so that you don't miss out
On school.
And then when we come back,
We can
we'll
take
go.
you back. Yeah.
Well, so that's how I end up, like the first day, like the admission day. Everyone is there with their parents and Nini. Me, I'm there alone. I'm just sitting there. And I got admitted.
And like everybody else.
Yeah.
And when you start
I explained, I told them my mom is not there.
Yeah.
My dad is not around. Him is working. Nini.
So how, in these periods where you'd be left on your own, how would
Yeah.
you survive? Would they leave you with money to be like, this is for food and whatever?
Yeah. So what used to happen? So there's a lot of like the real estate thing was prevalent like right from the days. So back in the day. So like there was always like something to sort out something.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had like, if it's home running, we didn't have to depend on our parents for that. There was a property taking care of the home running.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's school, there's something to take care of school.
Okay.
So that's what I was telling you. There's money, but you're not touching this money. Like it's just around. So there's money to, if it's home. So there used to be like a lady who we used to live with. Yeah. So she was like an auntie to me.
Right.
So now she's the one we are living with.
Right.
So she's the one taking care of those things. So me, I was given the role of like a property manager from like now class 7, class 8.
You were managing.
I was managing property. So I was like mostly for home.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to come. So I used to go. It was the hardest thing for me was to go ask for rent.
Yes, because you're going to ask an adult for rent.
Yeah, you can't. And then they'll always come up with excuses. So there's one guy who was really respectful to me. And so I told him, I want to give you the work of collecting the money and you live for free.
And he accepted.
Yeah, he accepted. So he became my agent. So now it was a bit easier for me. For me, I was just going, collecting the money. We do the math. It's okay. And now sort out the cash. Niseme hii ni ya nyumba, hii ni ya for fees, hii ni ya nini. And that's why I was able even to go to high school through managing that cash.
Property.
Yeah.
So through high school, that's how you operate through high school.
Yeah, that's how I
Okay.
I do. So there sometimes I was a bit short. So because high school, so the school fees were like first term was higher.
Do you remember what?
Yeah.
I can't remember how much.
Yeah, that time it was about, let's say we're talking about 24,000 and then it's reducing. So like 20 and then something. Yeah. So I find between managing the cash there in January, so it's like I have to ask for my mom for some cash. So maybe she'd send me, some cash. But that's how I'm surviving now.
I'm curious, what did that, I mean, what does that experience do for you? Essentially living and growing up really quickly and living on your own within a family setting, but you're still on your own. Like, what did that do for you?
I felt like it really exposed me. Now, looking at it, I'm really grateful because it exposed me to something different. For me, it was life as usual.
Yeah.
But now interacting with people, I'm like, yeah, kumbe it's not normal.
Yeah.
It's different. So what that did, it gave me some sense of responsibility because I knew if I wanted to have fun, I would.
Yeah.
But now everything else in my life will burn.
Will fall apart.
Yeah. So but what really kept me going was I was very eager to see if, because maybe the units were quite basic. I was like, but now this is in high school. Yeah. So if I revamp these units,
We can.
get more cash, so now at least I'll have a bit of, because now in high school, you want money in the pocket.
To be able to do stuff.
Because you have a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I feel like it really exposed me to looking for that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm preempting the conversation,
Yeah.
but I know that you get married relatively young.
Yes.
Do you think this isolation, I don't want to call it loneliness,
Yeah.
that isolation has anything to do with it?
Wow. That's such a good question. Yeah.
Like the pursuit of family almost. I don't know.
I think, to be quite honest,
Yeah.
yes. I feel it had a part to play. I felt like if I had someone to do this with, I feel like it would be so much fun.
Yeah.
So I think also like getting married was something I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, but I know we'll get there.
We'll get there. But I mean, I just wanted to ask
Yeah.
that because I don't think I've ever had, even outside of this podcast, I've never had anybody's story that's like anybody growing up that quickly. Anyway, okay. So you finish your secondary school.
Yeah.
What happens after that?
Oh, so secondary, like just a bit.
Yeah.
I think what secondary did for me, okay, I used to go to a private school in primary.
Yeah.
Like a nice school, a lot of homework, just like a nice school. It was called Mountain View. Such a good school, but they were really hands-on, nice co-curricular and all that. I go to high school, it's a total opposite. Like what really shocked me, like if we had basketball was really big in Aquinas.
Yes.
So that's what really made me love Aquinas because of that side. There's a lot of things to do away from school. Yeah. I feel like I've always had that artistic longing. So, and also like going out and all that. So if we have like a semi-finals or finals, no school that day.
Like
No school.
the whole day.
Like the whole day. I was like, no, you're not serious. We're going to watch the game. Then mats come, like Nganyas are like in the compound. They're just there, hey. You're like, wow.
Building
you can't
up
be
the atmosphere
serious.
for the...
Yeah. So I was like, even after the month that my mom came,
Yeah.
I said like, okay, now it's
To
time
want
to
to
go
go
to
to Strathmore.
Strathmore. Like, okay, let's just do this year
And see how it goes.
See it goes. But it was quite chill. Najua nimetoka huko homework, sijui nini. Here, by the way, okay, it was back in the day.
Yeah.
I met like my geography teacher in sijui when the term was ending. I was like, I don't even know her. I'm like, what? Like, so I feel like the freedom and all that was really appealing to me.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Okay. So how do you finish high school and transition into uni now? And getting into architecture? Because you still have to get the grades, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I feel like I was interested in some things and I did really well in them. Like now drawing and design. Drawing and design was like a big part of my schooling life. Like I used to love that. And then the person who was walking us through, the teacher then, we clicked. So like most of my times used to be spent in the studio. I'm just there drafting. Back then we used to draft with T-squares. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so cool. And then, you're in high school attire and then I'm living with my T-square. Back then it used to be cool. And then we buy these rolls of Nini. You don't carry a bag. Hey, so like the attention it was giving me. I used to love it. So I concentrated really well in them.
On the things that you wanted to do.
And okay, in our school, like I did relatively well.
Okay.
Yeah, like very, very, very well. Yeah.
So where do you then get to pursue your architecture studies?
Yeah. So same story now. Oh, now I get an admission letter from UN. Yeah. So UN, the admission back then was in early on in the year. I think April there, and then JQuat was in September. So we go for the admissions. So back then, at least now, my parents are involved.
Okay.
So now at least I was like, the one place where I can go alone is
They're
where
not
you come.
like-
Okay, but it's okay. So we go to UN and start the process and all that. That actually it started that evening when we were back from the school. So my dad gets like some cardiac arrest thing
That evening.
that evening. Yeah, that thing really shakes us up. So it's a really serious thing. He's very sick. Nini. We leave everything, and now we're just praying for our father. So he's bedridden for some time. So we're just waiting, hoping and praying and all that. That's how I missed the admission. Yeah, I missed the admission for UN, and now I have to wait. So I'm advised to defer. I defer a year. Yeah. So and back then, after high school, you used to stay for 1 year, and then that's when
Join.
you're going.
Yeah.
So you imagine deferring another
It
year.
means now you're 2 years late.
I was like, wow, it's too much. But thankfully, back then now my mom had transitioned in terms of work. Initially, she used to be like she used to have a beauty place in Westlands. Yeah. So and then now she transitioned. She got a job with a center called the American Educational Advising Center. So what they used to do, we used to do like those SATs, TOEFLs, and direct people towards going to campus now.
Right.
So I do the SATs, I do the TOEFLs, and I do really well. So now we were just going to UN because the time I'm doing the SATs, it's also the time for admission.
Great.
So that I don't miss it in case this other one doesn't work out. Yeah. So I get a scholarship because I knew I wanted an artistic school. So there was this school, I get a part scholarship. It's called Savannah College of Art and Design. Yeah, I really like, it was my dream. So we do this. Okay. If I deviate, maybe you can
Yeah,
guide
it's
me
fine.
a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because I forget. Yeah. So then now, see, my dad is sick.
Yes.
So now back to the story.
Yeah.
My dad is sick. I'm currently doing, I've done the SATs. I'm
Yes.
doing well. We're just waiting for the admissions. So now that passes, I defer. I start now pursuing this other one.
For the part scholarship.
Yeah. So it goes well. I do the applications. I send like my portfolio back then because it's an artistic school now. Since I had drawing and design projects, it was very easy for me to submit.
Right.
I submit those, and then pictures of a few models and all that, and they accept and they do an orientation. Wow, we do an online orientation. So now they're taking me through the campus now at the States. It was in Savannah. Wow. They're showing me like, this is how the school is. This is how the curriculum is. I was like, wow, I just have to do this. So I have this mental picture of how campus is, like the facilities. They tell me I can do architecture and then also a small, like
A minor.
a minor.
Yeah.
A minor is actually
Yeah.
the word I'm looking for. Yeah, a minor in maybe the arts and all that. I'm like, this is just a perfect world for me. So yeah, the thing with my dad, it goes on and it becomes really scary. So now there's a lot of the attention is now going to
To your dad.
yeah,
Your
to my
dad's
dad,
health,
the health and all that. So now time goes from April. We're in September. September, I see another advert.
When were you supposed to go to Savannah?
So Savannah are supposed to go, I think, nearly end of the year. I think
Okay.
November there.
Okay.
But you need to have done like part payments, sort out accommodation, because it was part scholarship. They give you like half. So
How much was the other half?
So the other half was around $1 million. Yeah. So you're like $1 million, and it was back in the day.
That's $1 million a year, or $1 million
Yeah, $1
in
million
total?
a year.
$1 million a year.
Yeah, $1 million a year. So, so I was like, there's no way my parents are taking $1 million then my dad is sick to pay, so we have to wait. I write a letter to them, tell them the situation. They give me a leeway, but they tell me if it crosses this point, just know you'll have to come next year. So I'm like, 2 campuses next year.
Deferred.
Like, you can't stay out 2 years. It's too long. So September, we're just the whole waiting. I see an advert. JQuat is doing admissions. Apply. Yeah, just apply. I'm like, maybe I can in here before.
As you wait.
As I wait, I apply and nothing complicated. I get in, and I'm in School of Architecture. I'm like, yeah. See, we start then.
So that's how you end up at JQuat.
I end up at JQuat. So, as I go to JQuat, I have this mental picture of Savannah. I'm like, hey, I'm waiting to see the the computers, the nini. Hey, we go to JQuat. What? Hey. And back then, actually, the facilities were really good.
Yeah.
Because in a class, you never used to be many. Like, actually, our class was like the biggest. Like, in the department, they were complaining. Like, the class before us were like 20 people, 20 architects. That's it. Ours was a bit more. I think we were in the 30s. And they complained, oh, mnajaza, Yeah. And us were like, hey, we are chasing the dream. Come on. Give us a chance. Yeah,
okay. And so how's money? What's money like for those uni experiences, for those 4 years what you had at JQuat?
Okay. So money now, still the
And does
same.
your dad recover, hopefully?
Yeah, my dad recovers.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
great.
So when I'm in JQuat, my dad recovers. He's perfectly okay, like
Back to
everything,
settings.
like nothing ever
Okay.
happened. Yeah. So we are back. So money then, JQuat now, the JQuat story. So back to the way I used to finance, what I used to finance. Yeah. You take units, you take rent, panga yourself, pay your school fees. But now JQuat, there's a bit of more cash that's needed. I need to live on campus. Okay, first I didn't see the need. I was like, I've always been a day bag. Kwani, what's a big issue hapa? See, we'll just but I realize it's very hard because you have your models. Sometimes you're spending nights in studio. So I take the units, but back then the money is not enough.
From the unit.
Yeah.
And this discussion, let me ask you, the discussion you're having with your folks about taking units, what's that? Is there a discussion?
Yeah.
Or is it just implied?
No, there's a discussion.
Okay.
Yeah. They have to exert and remind you that, my friend, it's not yours.
Okay.
Just in case you forget.
Okay.
This money is just, it was just a nice way so that I'm not always asking
Your
like
folks
for money.
Right.
I feel like they never liked that. Yeah. They're like, take this, manage it yourself.
Okay.
So we sit down and we agree. So by now, the initial units that I had, the plan for revamping them,
Yes.
high school, that's what I do. And now I have money. In high school, I was balling. What do you mean? High school, I have money. Like, hey, I'm there dressing. Back then is when Sean John was dropping.
Yeah.
We used to have those double-sided pants. They have lugs, the shoes, teams. I had a whole array. Hey, my parents are like, you. So somehow the supply is cut a bit.
Right. So yeah,
so
too much.
now they take over some. So it's like, back then I was so mad. I was like, it's my effort.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it was their property.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to have a conversation now after high school.
Right.
We sit down and say, campus is coming. It's this 6 years. I need something substantial so that we can be. So they give me like a different place. Yeah, they take over the other one.
Yeah.
So it's just limited. So back then, I was being given all in. I was getting around 35K
A month.
Yeah, 35K a month. That was for me everything.
So this is supposed to do your fees. You plan your fees.
Yeah.
And anything you need to do.
Everything.
And how much was the fees per semester at that time?
Fees.
Are you at the government?
No,
you're
now,
in parallel?
Yeah, because government
Yes.
was UN.
Yes.
So now I just go to, because now I have to I can't defer my government nini is in UON.
yeah.
I have to wait the next year. So I just go for parallel. I'm supposed to pay like 115 per semester.
115 per
115
semester.
per
But you're
semester.
making 35
Yes.
per month.
Yeah, so they're like, it was quite easy math. They were like 35 times 3. Semester iko na miezi ngapi? 3. Unahitaji pesa ngapi? Si tuko sawa.
So the fourth month is where you're supposed to get your 35K to live off of.
To live off, yeah.
Okay.
Sort. So now, first of all, and then it's not like when I'm getting into campus, they've given me like 3 months advance.
Yes. No, you're
Yeah, it's still 35. My dad was a kind of guy. Actually, just a story.
Yeah.
The story, like, so now in high school.
Yeah.
So now the fourth form, it was now turned into a boarding school. Now we had to board.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that year, Form 3 or Form 4, it was boarding. So now the issue for pocket money, I can't deal my dealings as I usually do.
Yes.
Collect nini. I had to wait over the holidays
To
do
then
reconciliation,
Yes.
and then. But now I need pocket money. See, I asked for my dad for pocket money. Yeah, it's like, unahitaji nini na nini? I'm calling home. Yeah, I need money. Pesa imeisha nini. Unahitaji nini na nini? Yeah, okay. Ya nini? Ya chakula? Usijali. Acha nitume mtu. He sends my, like one of, we had like a driver yenye alikuwa anampeleka. The guy comes to, I'm in high school. The guy ananiletea gunia ya mchele. Gunia ya, I think my dad was just having I feel it. Yeah. Now, at this point, my mom is working. She's also like very busy kwa hiyo career, and then she transitions now into church.
Yeah.
She's also like heavily into like Protestant church. We were staunch Catholics back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's like, in high school.
What am I supposed to do?
A sack of beans and unamwambia, hey, rudisha. Hey. You don't want like ask her to be a street kid. So you're like, even asking for money.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me ask you something about your parents.
Yeah.
At this point in time, do you know how much property they have?
Yeah, I do.
Do you know how they built this property? And do you have that conversation with them? Because
Yes.
it sounds like they have quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
At this point, I see the transition of money.
Okay.
So I know the three stages of where the wealth came from. There's the initial inheritance, which was quite substantial. And then
Which was land from their parents.
Actually, yeah.
There.
So
Okay.
now land from their parents is what we are calling home.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that back in the day it was a farm, subdivided. So and then now they get guys are getting like 5 acres. 5 acres in Nairobi is quite something back in the day.
Yeah.
So then now that's layer 1.
Yes.
Layer 2 is the cooperative period.
Yeah.
And now their earnings. Also, my mom back then, so Westlands, they used to have like it's like a mall. It was called the Showplace. It was next to, I don't know whether it was Kengele's there, just along the highway. So back then, so they used to have a parlor, and then everyone like owns your own beauty spot. You see now what guys do, like they're going lipo.
Yes.
They're doing beauty, sijui nini, therapies. It used to be like in a one-stop shop. There's one person for a salon. There's one for those, I don't know those things, treatments, and all those things. So the money was there, like on both fronts.
That's the second phase.
The second phase.
Yeah.
So now they acquire more. And then now they also reinvest back in what they have.
So they keep buying and building.
Yeah,
buying,
actually, it's just we have property, build something. Doesn't have to be the cutest, but
build something.
You build. And doesn't matter whether it's cute or not. It's raking in cash. Like there's money coming in. So that's the question was.
No, the question I was trying to figure out whether you had a direct conversation with your parents to understand like where their wealth was, which you said you did.
Yeah, we did. But most of it was through seeing. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, one, get money, and 2, after you earn, save a bit. After you save, reinvest. After you reinvest, protect. You get, like, make sure whatever you've done so far, don't sell.
Okay.
Just add more.
Okay.
That's like a nice policy I got
From
yeah, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get through uni.
Yeah.
What happens once you're done? And how old were you when you got married? 20?
I was 20, 27. back then.
27.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you finish, when you finish
26, I think 26 going
into 27.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens after you finish uni? How do you now begin
So
to
now
have
in
get money?
uni, now I've acquired like uni. Like one significant thing that happens is when I started thinking about my own things. Yeah, because I know, okay, in as much as there's a lot, we are quite a big family. Yeah, like you're like, okay, hapa kusema kweli, I don't see the nini, but it's okay. So in uni, I get like a project. Uni first year you're doing second year. By second year, sasa mimi ni hey, you feel like you're an architect. Sasa you know nothing, but you're like
You can do something.
Yeah, you can do something. Like you know a bit, but not substantial enough to like run a whole. So I start getting a project. So the first one was just someone through a cooperative. They wanted me to do for them a small house. It was a place called Toll. It's now we are in Juja. Juja, you see where there's a toll station,
Yes.
so they call it Toll. So there, guys used to buy land through cooperatives. So as I'm just doing the project for them, akaniambia, aya, hii shamba, nimekazana, unajua nimekazana, nimenunua 50,000. I was like, 50,000? And you have a piece of land? Kasema, kumbe akaambia a landlord like this. Yeah, so I was like, wow, this is the goal. And then, so I start looking for those cooperatives. So I get a link through a family friend. She, like the mom used to work in circles. So they lead me to a circle that has land uko. Yeah, and I ask my sisters, they're like, yeah, we know them. Actually, they're family friends of us. So they link me up with them. So that's when I begin my nini.
Your journey.
My journey in
your own money.
Yeah. So I used to pay like 10 Gs a month. Yeah. So I paid for 5 months. So you get one. So 50, they give you a share certificate. Hey, that share certificate was the most protected asset in my life. not even my ID. Hey,
that share certificate.
Share certificate was just, hey, look at me now. So I did that. So the first lot, they were quite cheap. So 50,000. That's like 50 by 100.
Yes.
So I bought 2 of them. So I'm in
you
campus.
had 2.
I had 2 in campus. So back then, but ni ndani.
Si ati karibu na barabara.
Ni ndani. Back then, kwanza, back in the day, like bikes were not.
Yeah.
You used to go with an actual bike, like
yes. A bike you're riding.
A bike you're riding. So wewe unakaa hapo nyuma. It was those sides of Toll. Yeah. So now that changed, like, yeah. So I was just trying to set like what that did. So I'm starting to acquire my own. So I acquire that, and then I start learning about other circles. Yeah, I won't mention like names, but yeah. I get into another circle. Yeah. So mostly the circles then were not for like getting money.
Right.
They were mostly for property. You pay, and then they give you. So now, and then, so that's, you had asked me about end of campus.
End of campus. Yeah.
So, and then still I'm getting
the 35 from
no,
the properties.
no, it's not 35, of course.
Yeah.
We're putting a bit here and there. So it's a bit more. So by then, I think it went to, for some time, it went to around 50. Yeah. And then from 50, I think the most I ever made back then was around 75.
Okay.
So at least that's when I know I can be able to invest.
Okay.
I have money to live in school. I pay my fee. and then architecture really requires a lot of money for the material.
Yes.
You're buying, you need to make models, you're printing. It was quite expensive. So after I bought those two, slow down a bit, I committed on another one, but it was a bit of a struggle because I have to pay for school, I have to concentrate on school. Yeah. So yeah, I can't like continue with my tumjengos.
Right.
Yeah.
So by the time you finish university, you have those two properties.
Yeah. And another one
that you're in the process of sort of paying for. Okay. So how do you then begin to make your money after university? And do your folks cut you off from the apartment monies once you're done with uni?
Okay. So now the when I'm done with uni, I was trying to fight to keep the money. I was trying to so just to give perspective. So actually it wasn't like a straightforward conversation like with them.
Yes.
I'll just be very honest. Like I keep the property for a bit of some time just to get some grounding. And then in as in school, now we've started like from second year you start doing attachments. Now I get this attachment. It was at a firm called Apollo and Associates. I'll mention them because they played a big part in my life. Yeah. So we get that attachment, and for just being an attachee, back then they were paying me nearly 30 Gs. 30 Gs! You know, Kwanzaa went to the conversation, I was just waiting for them to tell me, we'll pay your
bus fare.
Bus fare. I was okay. He gave me 30 Gs. Wow. I was working like employee number one. Like as you know, this was like the first proper paycheck I'm getting. So now I have 30 Gs. I have my income. Hey, what?
You're good.
I'm good. So from there, I realized, you know what, I can make money from now the architecture thing. So in between the holidays, I used to, now that's where I used to get my money, like through attachments. Yeah. And then by the time I was in fifth year, like I get my first proper job. Yeah. So they're like, you're in school, but I'm taking you up. You utajipanga. Because sixth year now you're doing your thesis and all that. You'll deliver to me, but at the same time, you'll deliver to your projects.
Right.
I'm like, I'm okay, because I need that money.
Right.
Yeah. So at least I'm not doing badly.
So that's how you sort of start.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you've been in school for 6 years, you should be about what, 25?
Yes. 20,
thereabout?
Yeah, 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the next significant things that happens in your life after that?
So 25. I still, now once I'm done with school, I don't move back home. I stay in Juja. I'm like, let me just tell myself, this is my life. Let me just do it on my own so that at least I get that nini. So I'm in Juja. I started working quite early. So I just continue with work.
Okay.
So back then I used to leave Juja, talking Juja, and then I'm going to Riara. Riara Road.
That's where you are working.
Yeah, I was working. So I was going there daily.
And
I used to, and then back. I used to be tired. And then back then the hours were crazy because now in Riara, like the first job I get, the first job out of campus, it was really significant to me because that job, I met, those not like the senior partner and a junior partner. The junior partner, we develop a bond because he's like a creative. So he was called Architect Nyakundi. Him was very he was one of the most brilliant minds I've ever met. We used to have let's say we have a presentation next week, and maybe we have 2 big projects. He's sitting on one. He's going to do a feasibility study. Man, there's a time he did a book, 500 pages. He's doing the design. He's doing everything. But now he's leaving, he doesn't care. He's in the office till around 12. He'll be there in 6 in the morning. And that's how
that was his life. Yeah.
But now being with him, we develop a kind of a friendship.
Right.
And now the friendship, more of an apprenticeship. Yeah, because I was now like under him. Yeah. But now we were like, he starts teaching me like language, architectural language. Because he had worked in nearly all the big firms back in the day. So he was quite knowledgeable. Yeah. So he teaches me a lot, and then we become friends. Now in architecture, we started competing. So now every project that comes, so now now we had to bring in some other guys.
Right.
So we talked with we were there in that farm with a friend of mine. We were in school.
Right.
So now, but me and Yakun, we had that friendship, and also him. Now, so it was him against us. Yeah. So now there's a project coming. We have two proposals, Nyakundi's and ours. Yeah. So it was like, so that really pushed us to like grasping like
key concepts.
the key concepts.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah. So he beat us nearly all of them, but there was one we beat him. Yeah. That's when he told us. I feel like you guys now.
You're now getting close. Okay.
Ready, yeah.
So in that period, how much are you making at that time, and where are you spending your money? Are you still trying to buy property? Are you still investing in the circle?
That time, my first salo was given 65 Gs. So now I have 65 Gs. On top of that, I have my units.
Yeah.
So now I'm back to reinvesting. So now I'm doing circle, but now there's a lifestyle creep. Now back then, I'm working class. What do you mean? I have to look nice. One, we have to travel. Like travel was such a big thing. We have to travel. Like we didn't have time because now work is so busy.
Yeah.
We're working Monday to Saturday. But you want to travel. Saturday evening, you leave the workplace, you go to coast. Back then,
you
buses,
fly down or you take a bus.
Hey, but you're still you're not flying. You're still trying to save a coin here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get into a bus, but now you're booking at the first class up on Mbele. Like I have money, so we need there. And then that was before we discovered some Noahs that will come later now. We could seven of us can get into a Noah. We go.
You rent
and we go, and then we come back. So Saturday you're going, you stay there for like Sunday. Sunday usiku, you're coming back.
So that you're in the office on Monday morning.
On Monday morning. So one of our friends used to live. So we are on Riara Road, and him is living just a corner, Apo Dagreti corner, because that's across the road.
Yeah.
So we go shower there. So now we used to plant clothes Apo, so that when you come shower, go to the office. Hey, that Monday. Hey.
You're struggling.
Yeah, they're struggling. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So
Okay.
now you're making money, your lifestyle, now you start and you want to live a certain way.
Yeah.
So now that's when I start thinking about buying a car. So now we're like with a group of friends, and guys, we want to buy a car now. We're working. We need a car.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah. So now a car, back then, like a Vitz. A Vitz was about, if it's not chapat sana, like 7 year,
Yeah.
it's coming at around 650.
Yeah.
650K. So, but now we are looking, sisi tunaangalia golf. Golf there is going golf is going for 1.2. 1.2 hapo. That's up. And then you're not just taking a golf. You want a golfer. So inaenda juu 1.5. Yeah. So saa hiyo you're struggling between money for the car, money for the lifestyle, money for investing.
Where did you end up? Did you buy the golf?
No, I didn't. I didn't. Because now I have this nini I had committed. I have to finish.
For the land?
For the land, yeah. I have to finish.
How much was the land worth?
The land back then was around 1 point something.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, that's a lot of money. I was like, what was I thinking? But it was a nice piece. It was worth it, yeah.
When does Wix come into the picture?
Wix, now, you see, when I've started working,
Yeah.
now Wix is my friend. So like my
So
bro.
she's co-sponsoring this golf idea.
Eh?
When
No.
when you're thinking about buying a car, she's
Yeah.
there at that point in time.
Yeah, she's there.
Okay.
Now we are friends,
Okay.
but we're not like close.
You're not in a
close.
Yeah, relationship yet.
We're just in those circles. Actually, now trying to build the circle
Yeah.
for traveling. So how I got to know Wix, one of my campus mates,
Mm-hmm.
like friends. Her name is Sarah. His sister is Wix's sister. Like elder sister.
Okay,
So
okay.
now we're in the same traveling group.
Okay.
Yeah, so of course, by extension,
You
Wix
then
has to
meet.
come in.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
So that's how we get to know each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I want to get to the point where you've decided that that you'd like to get married. Because I guess you get into a relationship at some point,
Yeah.
and you decide to get married because
Okay.
it feels like you're about 25 at this point. You say
Yeah.
get married at 26, going into 27.
Yeah,
So that's
yes.
like a year and
Yes,
a
it's
bit
just a
away.
year,
It's
just
not
a
far
year.
away.
It's not
So
far.
how do you make that decision? What are the financial considerations around
Yeah.
that, if any?
So now, then I'm thinking, one, I can't marry someone if I don't have a car. Okay, it's like the guy is thinking, yeah, I just need a car. It's just one of those things. I'm like, I'm not getting to the golf because I have 2 investments kando. So now what do? I just go check the cheapest car I can get. So back then, the cheapest cars, wanatuonyesha ni the Vitz, it's 650. And then if you, no, actually, the Vitz was around 700, 800, if it's like a clean
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, the Passos then were around 600. Yeah. But if you a kachapad one, can chapa around 500. I'm
Okay.
like, hey, no, I'm not about a kachapad. But I can go a Passo. Telling my friends I want to buy a Passo. Passo! Bro, Passo! I'm like, ay, man, it's a car. Yeah, I'm getting a Passo.
Yeah.
Because, one, so now, there's a bit of some influence that comes in
Right.
around this period. So now, when I'm hanging out with like my sister is like now in the, how she was like in the newly married or something.
Right.
Yeah. So now I'm hanging out with older guys. Yeah. So most of the time just chilling, nini, they're talking so much about the marriage thing. So now I start reading books they are reading, I'm like, okay, because you're there, I might as well.
Yeah.
Like I'm hearing those things.
Yeah.
So and then now around that period also, I'm looking for a company. You remember?
Yes.
Like I'm looking for someone we can
You've
do
been
this.
alone
I've
for
been
your life
alone,
for a
man.
long time.
Okay, yeah, but of
Well,
course,
isolated, not
yeah.
alone, isolated. Yes.
Oh, they're different.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, campus, of course, there's those 2 heartbreaks.
Yeah.
Kawaida heartbreaks, there's no
Right.
one serious, nini. And then now, I want someone serious after campus. I don't want those games.
Yeah.
As in, campus kwanza is so heartbroken, yani, hata sitaki kukumbuka. Well, I invested.
Yeah.
Nasuko taking people's due. Campus. Sa hiyo tunapanda mat, Juja. Then from Juja, we go to Naivasha. And then from Naivasha, I get a...
It's fine.
Yeah.
So how do you? Yeah. So you settle on Wix.
I settle on... Okay.
Yeah.
So now we are friends with Wix.
Yeah.
I'm like, Wix is very sober-minded. She's actually... Wix... Well, I feel like Wix helped me sober up just a bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Because back then, I never used... Like, I had money, but I don't feel like I'm managing it quite well. So Wix, back then I'm meeting Wix. Wix is in biashara. Yeah? Wix is doing... This chick, she's young. Now she's very young. She's doing baking.
Yes. This is when she was in Daystar.
Daystar, yeah. She's doing baking. She's teaching school dance.
Yes.
Yeah. She's telling me, I'm calling her, hey, Wix, mambo, uko wapi? Niko Riara. Riara wapi? Riara Imara. What are you doing? I'm teaching dance. Wix, uko wapi? Niko Riara. Riara gani? Hii ingine Riara Road. Yani, she's teaching dance. She's doing, well, now we start having a friendship, like talking about money, talking about investment, nini. Actually, funny story. Now, when we are close with Wix, that's when, like, there's some, like, in the units, just I realized, like, now I'm trying to make a bit more money because one, lifestyle iko juu. I have the units. Salary, I pandi that fast. You have to wait first. So now I pitch to Wix an idea. I tell her I have this and this. If you invest in my nini, then I'll be giving you some cash every month.
Okay.
So actually, I can say Wix was my first investor.
What was the investment for? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was, the investment was to, one, change the doors. Yeah, because some of the units now, it was getting to a place where insecurity was nini, and we had like the old wooden doors. So now we're trying to do the steel doors,
Right.
and at the same time also now there were new tiles back then. Now they've come up, the big ones, 300 by 300. Ukiona hiyo, mtu atatoa pesa.
Okay.
So I was trying to raise some cash for now renovations.
Okay.
So that's what I pitched to her.
Okay.
So she's
This I want to ask, because if I remember correctly from the episode that we had, Wix gets married before she finishes, before she graduates. How do you convince her family? How do you convince her to commit to a lifelong commitment of this nature before she's graduated?
Yeah. So the guys I was hanging around with, they had a big influence, and maybe back then they were doing, it was mostly Bible kind of geared married things.
Yeah.
Okay, most of them are. So I'd a bit of, so when I was getting into marriage, I was like, I want to do it the old school way. So now I was like, how does it happen the old school way? First of all, as a guy, you approach the chick's father, mostly father, and then you get to know about the family, and then they can guide you through how to do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, actually, this is what I should do. But now Wix doesn't have a father. So now I was like, actually, even the more why I should talk to her mom. So even before like I approach Wix, I say, let me just go meet Wix's mom on a date. We have lunch and talk about. And she accepts to come. Yeah. So I told her, and she said, Sawa, come, let's talk. So that's when like my first interaction with Wix. So I can't, like, I feel like that meeting was very vital in like our journey with Wix, because I got to understand, one, what is their family about, what's the history of their family, what do they value the most, and then I feel like that point helped me know whether their family would be an impact on my side or whether it would. And it also got me to understand just a bit more about Wix and the family.
What does your family think about getting married to someone who's in her fourth year, hasn't yet finished?
Actually, my parents have been quite, as you can see, they're just, as long as that's what you want to do. Like, I feel like even in terms of career and all that, they're like,
there wasn't much interference.
They're like, just make sure you know what you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah, as long as this is what you want, we'll support you fully.
Okay.
Yeah. So so now I talked to the mom. So the mom, we talked about, of course, some deep things, some private things. And then she, like, there's that, we said, I promised her that I'll make sure Wix will finish school.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was feeling like, one, I'm working. Two, I have some cash, ukukando. Like, there's a way in which I can be able to balance. And by then, now I've finished. I have a parcel, and and I finished paying the
for the land. For the 1.2.
No, it's mine. I have a bit more in my portfolio. Yeah. So so it goes that way. So that conversation, I feel like, helped me a lot and it impacted a lot, because I felt, actually now after that conversation, I realized it's even more prevalent when there's a single parent involved. You know, like if there's a way I would have handled it, and maybe the mom would think I'm demeaning her because now there's no father figure in the picture. But now we developed a really good relationship, like straight on.
Yeah.
But she told me, kitu moja tu, Wix akikataa, usimforce. It's like, okay, I'll give you the blessing. But remember, Wix has to accept also. Yeah. Because we are not even dating. We're just close. But I'm like, let's do
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Does Wix, does she accept your marriage proposal immediately?
Hey, Wix.
Or is it?
First of all, I'm asking her to be my girlfriend.
Yeah,
but I
before
know,
you- yeah.
but I know I'm going to fast track this
Yes.
thing. Yeah. Because I'm like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
One, we have a relationship with her.
Yeah.
She's an investor. She understands my business. I feel like she knows me inside, because I would come for weeks for advice. Because I was like, Wix was telling me how she structured her company. She's paying sijui stima nini na yeye anabaki na kitu. Lakini mimi mine inaisha yote. I was like, Kweni, where am I going wrong? Yeah. So that's that type of relation we had. So I think finances kwanza, which is usually a big thing for us,
Yeah.
it became quite easy because we started easily.
Right.
So now, Wix nikam approach. I asked Wix. Now she told me, let me think about what? What do you mean, let me think about it? She started with it like 2 weeks. Hey, those are the longest 2 weeks of my life. And back then, now she's in Kitale.
Yeah.
She's doing something in Kitale, I think cakes or something with her sister. So those 2 weeks were long. And then she accepts. So I was like, hey, let's go now. Yeah.
And you then proposed to her officially, like
No,
within
after,
that year.
Yeah, within that year, I proposed to her. Yeah.
And she accepts. That one she accepts.
Yeah,
without-
that one she
without-
accepts. Because now I was
Yeah.
like, I know I don't have a long time.
Yeah.
Let me start building the foundation, talking to her,
Yeah.
seeing whether, like having those hard conversations,
Okay.
especially we had to have those conversations, especially because of school. Because now she's comfortable at home.
Yeah.
She's being paid for everything. This is not cheap. She's giving me like, I thought that in Namia I was paying a lot. I see this as Nini. Like,
Because was that a
why?
burden you were going to take over?
Yeah. Like if you're taking over,
You're taking over
You're
everything.
taking over. There's no ati will have
Yeah.
no.
You're going to pay the fees.
Yeah. And that was the agreement.
Okay.
And for me, we had done the math and then everything was okay. So let's go.
Okay. So when you then get married, do you remember how much your wedding cost and how did you pay for it?
The wedding. Because we knew what that money meant for us after. Because of school. Like I feel like school really helped us be responsible with our finances. Because back then we had rent. Yeah. Because now at that time we had to rent and we knew we had to move to Athi River so that she's closer to school. Yeah. So sasa we rent, there's food, there's school. The wedding, I can't remember the budget, but it wasn't like a lavish wedding. And then back in the day, we used to get away with so many things. Like what we were very particular about was maybe the venue, because we knew if we get like a beautiful venue, we don't have to do like extravagant things. Like it would be a bit cheaper for us.
Right.
Because most of these other places, like most of the money was going to the tents, the deco. Yeah. We actually just wanted, initially we wanted just like a small wedding. But whose parents? My parents were like, no, we are not having it. Wix is, no, we're not having it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was around, you can say one point something.
Yeah.
1 point something. It wasn't like
It wasn't like too
Yeah,
big. Okay.
yeah.
But then you have the wedding.
Yeah.
You're paying for Wix's school
School.
for her to
Yes,
finish.
yes.
How long did you pay for? A year?
No, for 3 years.
For 3 years.
Yeah,
Oh
she
wait,
had just
because
gotten back,
Oh,
yeah.
this was the second.
Yeah, so it's a second year. So we
second
know we
degree.
have 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, second, yeah.
This is the second degree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, like I think the mom being a teacher, she was very particular
Yeah.
about, And then I think she was ready to pay for weeks. So she was like, I don't think you're ready if you're maybe taking her from a place where she's comfortable to a place where she'll have to give up some things
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, actually,
So
that's
so what
fair.
did that mean for you in terms of not being able to pay for her school? What did that mean you are foregoing?
Yeah. I think for me now, I knew the lifestyle. The lifestyle one I had to
Change.
cut on, like most of my cash was on maybe lavish boyish things, sijui collection of watches, and I only wear one a day, and I had to like cut down on those things.
Yeah.
And then not think about upgrading a car first. Yeah, you just hata kama ni upgrade ni zile ka change, not an upgrade but a change, so that at least it can last you another. So because nimekaka na this Capasso, a Capasso is not like a car. So I'm like, I'm going to change this car into another smaller Kadudu. We survive with it, but at least it can give me another 3 years. So now I changed it into a Kavitz.
So you have a smaller car.
I have a smaller Kavitz. So, but at least I know that one we can go for 3 years. And then now, lifestyle, cutting down on that.
And at work, are you making more money? Are you going through the ranks? Is your salary changing?
So now, at work, I had gotten a salary increase back then. Yeah, so I had gotten to around 100. But now, it was a transition. Yeah. So now I'm transitioning from work. So now I'm not, I quit. So I've had, I'm trying to look for a nice way to put it, but it's not coming, so I quit. So now I had to, just because of many things. Okay, and then God rest his soul, but at some point Nyakundi passed on. Yeah, when we're in work, that was so hard for us. It changes so many things for us. Yeah, and then now we had to, and then the creative mind, and this is something that I've come to realize. Sometimes you might mistake stability for boredom. You get like, I have a salary, it's a nice job, but now I'm getting bored. I want something exciting. Exactly. I want chaos. What's the problem? So now, by the way, is it too long?
No.
Is it too long?
No. Tell me the story. Yeah.
Okay. So now, now I'm transitioning. So now in school, let me just take you back a bit. In school campus, so now the people we are looking up to are the likes of Kinamutua Matheka. Like, those were the guys we want to be like. Those are like, they were doing well in architecture. Like, I kid you not, those guys were like top of the class. Like their models used to be brought to us to study. You get like, so Kina Mutua, there's a joke called Joe McKenney. Yeah, these are creatives. There's some other guys like Osborne Masharia. So now the creative thing is like creeping in. Back then is when now Instagram is a thing. There are so many challenges. We are into challenges. We were doing, Mutua had one called Kenya 365. So we had challenges weekly. Like, this week it's like black and white. So now we are off snapping, and then smartphones are here now. We are so now then we are creatives. Yeah. So
I'm curious, in this period where you've quit, how do you survive, knowing you have school fees obligations, you have a wife at home? I don't know if your money from the rentals is coming in.
By the way, so when we get just when we're getting married, so now there's nothing coming in.
The rentals, you're cut off.
And then it's just after I quit.
They tell you.
So
what's the thinking behind that? Do you have a conversation with your folks about it? Like, what's the...
Okay, you see, I can say, like, my mom is mostly very chill. Like, she's easy. Most of these things, my dad was doing. Yeah. So actually, my dad is the kind of guy, actually in uni, we start a company with him. Yeah, a construction company. We are partners now. Because I'm coming up with the ideas. I'm like, let's do this and this. So that's where I learned the thing about containers. So the first idea was actually pitched to my dad. And we do it. And it's such a success. But now, it's my parents. They cut me off. There's nothing you can do. You're paying back. Like, we come up with the structure. I tell him, now, Hapa, we can have 2 offices, and we do it. Such a success. He give me gas money. And then and that's how our company died. Yeah. So, because he was saying, no, let's do another one. I'm like,
So do you have the conversation of why he cuts you off?
Yeah.
And what's does it I want you to be a man, or I want you to be...
No, like, you never have that conversation fully. Yeah. He was an escapist. Yeah.
So he just said no more money coming from the rental stream.
You won't know. Like, so you put in a structure.
Yeah.
You were being paid through maybe this account,
Yes.
the company account.
Yes.
Month one, okay. Maybe one person workers. Month two, there's no money coming in. Hey, we sit down. Wow, biashara is tough. Me, I'm seeing the units and
Yeah.
they are fully occupied. Me, I'm talking to the guys. Them, they are smiling. It's okay.
So he's changed the account essentially.
The government was changed a long time ago. Hey.
Oh God.
Yeah, so
okay.
that's how, that's when I learned. Like, I think that thing, but I still fall for it again. But I learned about partnerships and the impact they have, like in business now. Yeah, straight on from my dad.
So you don't have rental income.
I don't have rental
You don't have
income.
salary.
I don't have
anymore.
salary.
How
So
do you
now, and I've quit. Actually, now I'm a photographer. What do you mean? I'm a creative. So now we're shooting. We start a photography thing.
Yeah.
Biz. So of course now we were so much into the photography thing, and I've learned the because we had money, we've invested in the equipment.
Yes.
So the transition was quite smooth. So my friend and I, kwanza we quit at the same time. Sasa sahi we're going to be CEOs. What do you mean? Hey, life. Wow. That was like the toughest time of our lives. Like we were flat out. Hey, and then I can't. How do I give Wicks a confidence? Like we were going to be okay. Yeah. How do I tell her we are going to be okay and it's not okay? Yeah. So that was really tough. So now I'm surviving between side architectural gigs. Yeah. So now I've started doing my own projects. I feel like they're substituting. But now as broke, I was like, I have to look for an alternative. So now, one of the firms I was working at before, I go sit down with them. I tell them, first, okay, I'm still in the creative, like the creative mind sometimes. You get bored and you're quitting.
Yeah.
It's not even like a logical decision. So now I talk to them. Once I talk to them, I tell them I'm going to be doing work. You give me work. I work remotely, but then per project, you pay me. So now I go to, I approach most of the architects I had worked for.
Before.
So I approach 5, I get 2. So of the 2 now, at least I have some income. So now it's between those 2 architects. I'm doing their jobs. I'm doing my own job. And then now one of the architects, I become valuable to them. Now we go sit down and but now we are struggling. The money was not enough because everything that was coming in was going first of all to school.
Yes.
So we were paying school and we are broke, kabisa.
What do you remember being the toughest day that you had?
I think the toughest day, there's a day it was raining, raining heavily. And we were very thirsty. And then Athi River water was salty. So there's no way you're drinking that water. Yeah. That feeling of just looking at the rain and you just want to drink it. Aki, that's when I knew, we are not doing well. We're not doing well. Aki, we are doing badly. We're doing badly. We're just, unangalia, kumbe, I was like, ama it's because we're in Machakos County. Hey, that was tough. That was
a tough day.
I think that's what pushed me to now go apply these jobs. I was like,
That's when now you're going to the architects and saying,
no, I have to change things now. And then, so now I have companies running, companies on paper that don't make anything. So now we have a photography thing. We're doing shoots, but it doesn't make financial sense because you're creative. First of all, if someone wants a shoot, you can just do it in the house. And then it's good. No, you want, let's do an outdoor shoot. Let's go see pay who what. By the time you're doing that math, you've not
lost
made
money.
any. You want a makeup artist, so now it doesn't make sense. So now We partnered and we also formed like our own practice. Now we're doing architecture. So the same model I'm doing, I have architects now I'm working for. He also, like my partner now, he has architects he's working for. Now we have at least 2 jobs. We started our first office in Tao. So it was like a bakery. We couldn't afford like a full space.
Yeah.
So it was a bakery school. And then they cut off like one of the people we know.
Yes.
So they gave a
corner.
slice.
Yeah.
A slice. So now we did like desks looking at the wall. And that's where we used to go now daily.
And now
That's the
start
first-
getting your work done.
Yeah. So
When do things start changing for you?
okay. So we had the first change. So now we've made a bit more money through projects and all that. And now I'm serious now with the architects of Nini. Now I'm actively involved in the Nini. They're giving me more work. I'm handling main projects. Yani, I rose to Nini. I'm rising now. I'm now a junior partner there. Yeah.
Because of the work
Yeah,
you're
I'm
still
doing.
working remotely.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have the time now.
Yeah.
And I have the drive. I need this money. Like I'm telling you, I'm working like crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause-
And are you making money equivalent to the work you're putting in?
No. There's no way.
How much in a month? Like in a month, how much are
in
you
a-
averaging?
In a month, I could say, now I'm hitting like 100K.
And how much of it is going to school
Like,
fees?
nearly all of it. Nearly all of it is going to school. And then like us upkeep, nini.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we don't have a lot to. We just have.
Yeah.
Let's say now we're not struggling. We
Yeah.
just have enough.
Okay.
We've broken even now. Yeah.
You're-
So now I get like main projects now. So
And this is purely from you working for these 2 architects who
Yes.
are giving you
Yeah.
gigs. You're doing them so much.
Yeah.
They keep giving you more work and you
Yeah.
keep rising.
I keep rising.
Okay.
So now the good thing with architectural jobs, like there's a job that can take you like 3 years. You're designing, like let's say if it's a big project, you start now. In 3 years from now, you're still doing the same thing. Let's say like you see like the likes of big gated communities and all that. They take quite some time. So now I'm like handling main projects. So now I'm getting the gigs, and then on top of that, now I've started getting a bit more referrals. Yeah, you see, like from I did a holiday home for someone. This was now earlier on in my years when I was still working. I did a holiday home in Kajiado, their farm, and then now I'm getting more jobs from them. He's given me like 2 houses in Karen. So at least now I'm juggling between this. Anything that comes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'll do it. So we get another office at Shelter Freak. So now we're like CEOs, like sort of a slice.
Now you have an office.
Now we have a proper office,
Yeah.
I can even tell it was like a two-roomed office, like this room and another one. So now we're seated comfortably, everyone their own office, nini, we're good. So we continue as we're paying Vizuri, we have rent well for that nini. One day we just receive a knock on the door. You're like, hey, ni nani, you're expecting a client ama nini? No. My partner says no. What? Kufungua hivi, auctioneers. We're like, what? Auctioneers wametoka wapi?
Yeah.
So a person had taken like the whole floor, sublet it. So as we were paying to them, kumbe they were not paying
To the
the
person who had,
management.
yeah.
Yeah. Mazemi, I've never been stressed. And then back then, so you're looking for money. Some of the things you're doing to get money. So now you remember like some of the 2 plots we had,
Yes.
like the 50K one.
Yes.
So now I took like one. I got wind. Guys are looking for land huko sana. I go check the value. Guess it's how much now? 500K.
From 50 to 500.
That's a short span of nini. Easy math.
Yeah.
Chukua hiyo moja. You sell it. Nini, buy a proper computer. Like now you can be able to handle. Because like a computer will cost you like 300
Yes.
Gs. Now you can be able to buy a computer.
To handle like big projects.
Yeah. You're now investing a bit
Yeah.
more. Hey, so now knock on the door. Auctioneers. They're like, there's nothing you can grab. They take everything. So now we're back to square one. We don't have anything again. Like,
Let
come
me ask.
on. Yeah.
At this point in time,
Yeah.
is Wix's mom still alive?
Yeah.
She's
she
still
is.
alive. Okay. We
So,
haven't gotten to
actually-
that difficult part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Wix's mom at this point, we are friends now.
Yes.
Right from the onset, she's like she was very good in business. Now she's the one, actually, part of the people who are pushing me. They're like, hey, hiyo slice hey, mnatafuta ofisi lini, mnanunua, unajua, yani talking business move, she's let's go. So now we are discussing with her nini biashara. She's also like, now I'm talking to the people in my life, the networks, trying to get work. Evo.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you recover from the auctioneers?
Do we recover really?
You must. I mean, you're here.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah,
you
we
must
do. Yeah. So now
Yeah.
that was really hard because you've invested a lot in that.
Yeah.
Like this is the money you've put in. Now you're back to zero. You have nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm working remotely. He's working remotely. It's hard to even run the thing together because you're not together. You see. So now everyone has to go on their own. Do your own thing, do my own thing. So now I'm back in the house, still doing the jobs for the architects because, of course, now I'm at a senior position in the firm. I'm working with them. And then at this point, we are registering. So the exams. Yeah. And then it's also the same time Wix's mom now is ill. Yeah. So that time, but it was just a bit earlier. So a bit earlier, I get into a competition. What? It has taken long.
It's okay. You get into a competition.
I get into a competition, and it's to do a gate.
A gate.
A gate in Anyuki. Yeah. Wow. I'm like, yeah, I have the time. Let me show you. This gate is mine.
The competition is that your design will.
Yeah. So, like the way the call for bids, like architects,
yeah.
they tell you we have these projects, so get your submissions.
Yeah.
So now I luckily get through, like one of my friends, I get through now getting to that competition.
Right.
I learn about it. I'm like, wow, let me do it. I design a gate like I've never, like I was like, if they build this gate, this will be like one of the greatest gates. And it's a gatehouse, just that. But I put a lot into that gate. Yeah, like,
Do you win?
Yeah, I win. And that's,
Is there any cash that comes with it?
and yeah, no. So that was like a blessing in disguise because the gate was not the actual project. It was just like a bit to see. Yeah. So now I actually qualify to an actual project, a gated community. Yeah. So now, by this time, okay, but now, this is a bit later now. Uku in the Nini, I've done my exams. I had Uku, Wix's mom is ill. So now you're juggling between. And then I get that project. So we compete, and then I get that project. I couldn't believe it. So then the first check comes in, like the first payment. We just sat down there and looked at it with Wix.
The first event for this gated community.
For this gated community, yeah. Yeah, because it was like the first payment because you've done the concept, so they pay in like percentages. Right. Yeah. So it's a percentage of the total
project
cost. Yeah.
So how much was that first check?
The first check was like a million clean.
So
so we're looking at $1 million there. We're like, hey, in year 2. So what do we do first? First things first. But then Wix was finishing school. So it wasn't like, we had arrears. No, we didn't. I think we had, imagine it comes after we've paid everything. So now this is what, this money was not for, like, having gone through the hard time. This money was purely to come back. Yeah.
So you're just putting it to get back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to ask, because Wix talked to us about the really difficult period that her mom passed. And I'm not even so focused or so curious about the passing as in and of itself, but after people leave, because she talks about people coming in and people leaving, and then she told us about the silence that went on for some time. That's what I'm curious about, in your mindset and how you handled that period. How long was it, and how did you get through that?
I think that was like, thinking about all these things, they seem hard, but that one was a next level of hard.
Yeah.
Like it's, it's different going through something hard with someone by your side. It's someone being there and they're not, like, you can't tell what they're feeling, what they're, like, they're not saying anything. Like that was a hard, but that was the time I cashed in on all the investments she had made in my life before. Wix has, like, going through all this, actually there's something Wix has played, like, I'm just saying it as my story.
Yeah.
But I feel like Wix is a big part of that story, because Wix helped me, like, realize, first of all, let's sit down with your photography business. It's not making financial sense. You're wasting your time doing this thing. It's not bad, but if you do, utaumia. So what do? Concentrate more on the architecture bit. She did that for me. She invested, like, back in my life. Like, when I had nothing to do, like, I was sitting, I was waking up in the morning. I'm waking up like I'm doing work, designing things that are not for anyone, but I'm just growing my knowledge, because I can't just sit. I'm frustrated. She was, like, telling me it's going to come. It's going to, like, that was really something for me. Like, now, when she was silent, I was cashing in on the foundation she had built for me. Like, what she had done for me before was nothing compared to this silence. I was like, now it's my time to be there for her.
Right.
Yeah, because I'd gone through, like, hey, business, being auctioned, you're giving up, you're trying again. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now,
How long was the silence?
like, nearly, slightly above 2 months.
Of
Daily.
not a word.
Not a word. Like, that was the hardest time of my life. I'm like, one day, another day, but I'm like,
Let me ask you, do you remember how it started?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think when people left, yeah. So she was just, during the whole period, she was relatively silent. And then when people left, I can't remember, like, the last word the last words were like something like, "No, mom is gone." From that, there's nothing. So now I was telling her, like, tomorrow. So now I was reporting without any response. I don't know whether she's happy or sad, but let me just report. So tomorrow I have a meeting, nini, yeah, and namwambia tomorrow. So my biggest worry was I wanted to see her in sight the most I could. Because when someone is in that state, I'm not sure whether she's mentally okay. I'm trying to think, should we do therapy? It's not working. She's not saying anything.
Not speaking to the
She's not saying anything. Should we talk to the family? She's not talking to anyone. She's not answering calls, nothing. So now, telling her, like, Kesho, I'm going to site in Aluki. Be ready by this time. Let's go.
So ready, she'll be ready. But
ready.
she won't. But she will not
She's
talk.
not saying anything. I was like, what? There's something they told us in, like, premarital class, when life happens. So when life happens, they brought, like, couples telling us about, you guys are just thinking marriage is fun and all that. Like, one couple who they got married and then one got into an accident. Now they're crippled. Are you going to leave? So for me, it was, wow, life is happening. When life happens. So Sahi, this is
The life happening.
This is the life happening. Yeah, but I think now knowing what Wix is to me, or what she had been to me, like, got me through those days. I was like, it can't be Wix.
Yeah, because 2 months is a very
it's a long time.
2 months is a very long
It's a
time.
very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To not say a word.
Yeah.
And were you speaking, by the way, like, on your own? when you are on your own. Anyway.
Were you like, hebu niongee kidogo before arudi.
Oh, goodness. Okay. All right. So you start cashing in on some of these investments. You start cashing in on some of these. Yeah.
Yes. So now, this, like, a pivotal moment of my life is when I come to realize, I'm doing a project and I don't know who's, like, behind it.
Right.
Yeah. So one day, I've been talking to the project managers and all that. You know, you can actually handle a project and you don't know the actual. 'Cause
Actually, wait, before you even start telling me that,
Yeah.
do you remember
Yeah.
the thing that you said to her
Yeah.
that made her start talking again?
I can't remember the actual words, but that I remember like opening up my heart.
Yeah.
Ilikuwa zile za aki,
You have-
aki minimum exhaust everything in my please. Yeah?
Yeah.
Just give me a sign. Kama you're going to be like this the rest of just
Yeah.
let me know. Because Haki, it's too much.
So your curiosity was, is this going to be it for the rest of, like,
for the
you're
rest
no
of-
longer speaking?
Yeah, we're no longer speaking. And if it's that way, then it's even fair. You communicate
And say, this is how we are going.
So that also, like, because I'm telling you, it's affecting my work. It's affecting me mentally. Yeah. Yes, I know I can concentrate and all that, but like it's different when you're silent. Nilifungua roho. I remember just being very
Yeah. And what her was, and do you remember what her first?
she just broke down. She broke down and cried and just told me this is very hard for her. And I told her I know. Yeah.
And
But
then
vile alisema this is very I nearly jumped. I was like, oh. Yeah,
okay,
that was-
anyway, okay.
yeah.
Well, I need to finish that one. Okay, so you were telling us about you wanting to get to the people behind the project,
Yeah.
and so you're telling us about a day something
like,
happens.
Among like the people behind the project now, this is where I get to meet Dr. James Moria. Yeah. So I realized, wow, this is Nini. I was like shaken. Like
The gate project
Yes.
that you won
yes.
was his
It
project.
was his project. One of his projects.
Yeah, sorry, one of his projects. Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, I get to meet him. We talk, nini, and him is okay. Him is very, like, he's very, the whole team of consultants, we were young guys. And he's like open to working with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now the meeting that really got me thinking, we were in a meeting. So there's an architect, there's a QS, there's an engineer, and all of us, like according to our presentations, you come with a presentation, you think you're brilliant. You think he's asking me questions that like a seasoned architect would ask me. You get, he's asking the QS a seasoned, like he's very vast in all of our fields and knowledgeable. That's when like I got to see another side of like, now there are this other type of people. Like now you understand why they're they're top there. Because you see the amount of knowledge in his head is crazy.
So what property is this you end up developing, by the way?
So this property is Swara Ranch development. Yeah. So this is a gated community in Nanyuki where we do holiday homes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does doing this project open up for you financially after that? Beyond the first 1 million that you guys are staring at? Yeah.
So now through him and also now the same period, it's like I got now many big projects at the same time. Yeah. So now life is different. Yeah. So now at least I have my papers I've done. Back then I had already registered. Now I can run a project properly, have the knowledge. I've been in the field for quite some time. Yeah. So now I'm saying why I chose to mention his is because I feel like on top of the job, the mentorship part has been like a big part
From
that
him.
I really value. Yeah. And not just by telling you should do this, by just giving you the chance to observe how things are done. You see, like opening a door of how I run my things. I feel like that is the best way to learn as opposed to just sitting down and asking questions. Because now I get to see it in real life. I get to see real consequences, real results, real money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so in this period when you're talking about all these big projects that you're getting, you've moved from a place of zero, and now what's the value of projects that you're working on at that point?
So now we're moving from investing back to investing. So now investing now is a bit easier. It's a bit more calculated because you're with weeks, but not fully, because we also make a few mistakes there. Like the money we've earned, like hard-earned money, we invest back in people's businesses.
That's where the books talked about a million shillings.
Not just that. I know she was signed to Nini,
Yeah.
but like one, we don't quantify what we're investing. You're just putting in, and you don't. Two, you don't agree on what is coming back. The return on investment is not negotiated. It's built on hope. I think that was such a big mistake. We want to see you win, so we are like pushing you, and then when you win, we don't see you. So such things. I think, and also just making wrong moves. I feel like that's when now we had to calm down and start calculating a bit more, because we see the effort we're taking to make this.
What's
money.
another wrong move that you make?
I feel like there's some things we bought, without even like doing due diligence. We got banned for buying.
What are these things? Are you investing in quail eggs? What's happening?
No. Like the same thing. Like for us, we're big on real estate because that is what we understand.
Yes.
Like from investing in people's business, we don't know. We realized you can't quantify when someone is telling you the business is not doing well, and we don't have ways to see.
Yes.
So we just went back to the way we know to invest. Myself, tulikuwa tunafanya land, so got some land, but now through the same circles, but now kumbe it had some cases. So we got banned kidogo hapo. So you're getting banned here and there.
Right.
So that's how you're losing a bit of some money.
Okay.
So now we're like, hey, come on, we can't go back to where we were. So we need to be a bit more strategic. Even if it's smaller, but now make sure it doesn't. The protect thing. Yeah.
What's your happiest financial memory in relation to you working as an architect? What's your happiest financial memory in that regard?
Yeah. As an architect. Money wise.
Yes.
That's tricky. I think the happiest moment was like you see the like it's one of them. Like you see the checks that come in by someone valuing what I do. Yeah. That like the check I put on the table, that was very significant for us because I feel like it was the first big transitional check.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like that was very pivotal, but now that and now the others, like for each project, you might do a concept, sometimes it doesn't take off, but if you do the concept, it's approved by the government and it takes off and you get paid for it. That is very satisfying for me. Yeah.
Okay.
And now seeing something complete.
Yeah.
I know this is not money-wise, but now me walking through something, like feeling the space that I imagined, correlating the feeling of what I thought it would be to what it is, really changes. I think that's what they call experience. Like I can design this room. On paper, I thought it would make you feel like this. Now that I'm here, how do I feel?
I see what you mean.
I think so the more you do it, the better you become.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how have you continued to grow your architecture craft as an individual?
Yeah.
Or did you get into partnerships at some point?
Yeah.
And how have you been able to scale to and what kind of projects do you do now?
Okay. So mostly I've been in partnerships because you see like the relations I created with the architects I was working with, we're still like, I told you some projects run
for years.
Like, I didn't want to transition how I cut off everything. Like the things I'm responsible on, I'm still doing. Until we see off that project.
Right.
And then now I've been transitioning now. I've also been diversifying in terms of architecture. You see, architecture is very tricky because of the timelines. So I realized you might have a good project. It might pay you now. The next check you're seeing, you don't know when. So you need to learn to balance that money. So started doing office fit-outs. And fit-outs in general. So now this is like the interior bit. Now this is a different thing. So I realized even if I have the long-term projects and then I have interior jobs are fast moving. Within 3 months you've delivered.
And you
1
move.
month you've delivered. So that way, at least you have an office running. You can never, like in terms of maintenance of your office, you're going. And then now that is like tier 2. Tier 3 ultimately is where the business would have its own assets. For me, like the main asset I've seen generating, if if I was getting money from those units back in the day, not so much thought was put into it. How much can a business make that the business has income as an individual? You get, like if I can get, let's say even if my business now invests into like an apartment, like for each property you're doing, you make sure you invest there, it's going back to the business. That way my business will never run out. So that is what now my goal is. Like this is what we're trying to build now, and not only for myself but also with Wix. That is something we've seen we really want. And also now we've worked for people. Yeah. Now venturing in, now getting the money, consolidating the money to now do our own projects even more.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing small scale. Now we're like, see, we go big. We try our best, like put in something that even scares us to sleep at night. But if it works out, then it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think for us, if Wix and I, we are able to see that scale, like now on this side of the real estate, I feel like that will be the happiest moment. And then we can get to determine, you see, working for people, one, my work is to interpret what is on your mind on paper.
Yes.
And make sure I've given you the vision.
Yes.
Yeah. I have to advise you 1, 2, 3. But then the ultimate look and feel is all dependent on your taste. But okay, functionality, I have to make sure that I steer you towards the right thing. So how would it be if all the ideas I have and the investment, we put it into a project that we believe that this is like an ultimate home, without maybe we determine the constraints of money, how will that project be? So that is the next question that
you're
we're
trying to answer. Okay.
with Wix. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the dog business. How does that start? Yeah. How much money does it even take to start? And what's been the high points and low points of that?
Okay. So that one is more of I can say a calculated investment.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I can say like the origin, 100% was not fully on us. Yeah. Like we came in. Yeah, we came in. Yeah. So, and also we're also being taught, like we are also being taught more about it. Yeah. So like we reinvested with our aunt. I think you told them. Yeah. So I feel like what we used to do, Kitambo, like we have a passion for, like I used to have growing up, also I had pets. Yeah, dogs. Like constantly at home. Like I had, so it's not like a new thing, but learning the niche market, not just the normal breeds that we're used to, but the niche market in that.
Yeah.
So that is what we're trying to get. And now it's two parties coming together with something that can work coherently. Yeah. Like you have one, you have the, us, we have the networks, we have the vision, and then you have the structure, and then we can make it bigger, and then it works for all of us. Yeah. Right now we feel like the stages we're in, it's not about the money, but more growing it. But at least we've been seeing some interesting inquiries.
Yeah.
We're like, kumbe, there's serious money to be made here.
What's the most amount of money you've seen so far that someone's willing to pay for or spend on a dog?
I think the main range of the high is between 300 to 500K.
300 to 500K.
Yeah.
For a puppy.
For a puppy. A small one. Yeah. Not okay. We don't give them out when they're very young.
Yeah.
Like we have to at least make sure they're well breeded and they are okay to go out. Yeah. Now in the world.
Okay.
Because we let them at least grow a bit, take care of them, make sure they're well vaccinated and all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's how that's
Yeah.
so that's how that business is going.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the last money thing you want to share with me? I'll leave it open to you. Because you've had your story now. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a bit more context into
Okay.
how you set up, how you grew, how you've grown your business, how you've grown the architecture side,
Yeah.
the things that sort of open up the door to allow you to make more money. Maybe how do you spend your money now? Because you have this background of from what your folks had done in building the real estate and giving you as the kids the real estate to manage yourselves.
Yeah.
So how are you spending your money? Where's your money at right now?
So our money, first of all, I think our money is first of all securing. Like we've seen how rough it can be when you don't have a plan B. Like if this is your source and then it's cut off, like we've seen how hard that can be. So most of our money, I can say it's going to real estate. Because why? Because we understand it. So I think my advice, not advice, but I think something that I've seen work, put your money where you understand. Like you can never go wrong with putting your money where you understand. I think the wrong thing is I see you doing this thing, like I can't do it. I don't even understand how you're doing it. I think that's a Kenyan thing we usually do. I see quail legs, we're all, I see Nini, we're all doing. So I feel like, first of all, put your money where you understand. And then two, I think now we're trying to build up capital to be able to do like our own. You see, why I realized this is important, there's a kanini we had built. We were the ones to like take, like it was ours. But someone was willing to pay money just to give him exactly what was ours. So like, yes, we have something. Like I feel like we have the proper designs, like how we imagine living can be in 2026. That is what I want to translate into an actual build. Yeah. And then translate that now, not only do it as if I'm the one to live there, and see whether many people buy into the sentiment. I think it's a dream for every architect to do a house where you think, not a house, but developments where you think this is how it's supposed to be. And this is a deduction from working for so many people. Yeah. There's those things you have to advise someone.
And then
they take it or leave it.
Yeah.
So if they leave it, it's okay. So you just trying to do it so that people can at least because I believe that can be done. Yeah. So I think now the money thing. Okay, first of all, I would say not every money story is written on stone, like it's concrete. Because like even looking at, maybe thinking about, now that I've talked about my story now, I'm asking myself, do you think I would be where I'd be if maybe I didn't have the opportunity to maybe rent out those units? Yeah. Do you think I would be where I'd be if maybe I went to Savannah? It would be different. So my thing is, I don't feel like we should be too hard on ourselves, like thinking that the money move you make now is the ultimate move.
Right.
It's not.
Right.
Let's say if I go to my father now and tell him, okay, God rest his soul, let me go to my mom and tell her I'm investing in rates. Yeah. My mom will be, what do you mean? Mbona usinunue shamba yenye unaguza uone? You see, so the thing is, what might work for you or what you might think is the ultimate money move is not actually the ultimate money move. Yeah. So I feel like everyone should believe in themselves.
Yeah.
Do what you feel is the right money move. It can work. And if it doesn't, you learn next time it will work. Yeah.
Walter, thank you so much for making sure that I have fulfilled my promise in getting the second half of this story, and I want to make sure that I have asked anything I possibly could have in relation to Wix's story. I don't know, like, how could you not have asked this? Is there something?
No,
Yeah,
I think.
I've been talking for 5 hours.
Yeah, like I
Hey,
feel like
that
we've answered everything. I think it's given us enough context. If there's more, put it in the question in the comments. I am sure. As you can see here, fulfill his promise. I'm sure I can get people to come and answer the questions. But thanks so much for coming to Financially Incorrect.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, and thank you guys for rocking with us. I'm sure Walter's fans, Wix's fans will enjoy hearing this story. Will enjoy learning a bit. Yeah, don't you have like 16K followers on Instagram? So there are people who will want to hear this story for sure. So, please, if you've enjoyed this story, if you're new to this channel because of Walter, please subscribe. We have a lot more stories over here. But thanks for rocking with us. Thanks for rocking with us on Financially Incorrect. We'll see you on the next episode of Financially Incorrect.